Hi everyone and welcome back to Sonya's Prep. In this week's video, I wanted to share with you how we're settling into our home. For those of you who have ever moved, you know that settling into a home is a whole evolutionary process that doesn't happen overnight. It's a lot of hard work with managing everything, especially if you're a full-time working mama like I am. But I think I'm finally there. I think all of the little spaces in our home are finally, for the most part, organized, and I can't wait to take you along and show you all of them. I'm going to be showing you a little bit of our kitchen, my master bedroom closet, how we are hanging up curtains in our living room, and other little areas all throughout the house. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you do, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel to see more videos like this. Now let's get into it. We've been looking for a while for the perfect entryway table where I can place our mail and our keys, and I finally found something on Amazon. I'll have a link down below. I wanted to keep this area very clean and sleek and very minimal, so I put just flowers, candles, a picture frame over there. I love lighting candles at the end of the day as I'm getting the house set up for the next day, so you'll just be seeing how I'm doing that. If you've missed my previous videos, we have just moved and I've been organizing my kitchen for the past few weeks. And as you know, whenever you're moving into a new space, you constantly keep rotating items until you finally find the perfect space for them. So even though I organized this space a few weeks ago, I decided to get some more organizational containers that you'll see in just a little bit. So I'm just maneuvering things around in here. I think it's very easy when you're moving and trying to settle into your home to get frustrated when things aren't settling into their proper spaces or into their proper homes. So it's just important to remember that, as I said in the intro, moving is definitely an evolutionary process where you're learning where things should be going and not to be too hard on yourself. So these are the organizational OXO bins that I've showed in my Instagram posts. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely do that. I do share a lot more of my day-to-day life over there. And I wanted to get a few more of these because I do use a ton of different flowers, and these are just so beneficial to have. They come with little scoops inside. I really love them. They're perfect. They fit a 5-pound bag of flour or sugar or even rice, as you'll see me put in later. So I am definitely very happy that I got them. My new spice containers came with these labels and this markers, so I'm going to be using these labels and putting them on the OXO containers so that I can easily identify what each of those bins are for. They do also have pre-made labels for you to just stick onto the bins as well. Now my in-kitchen small pantry does look so much more organized and much better than having all of these bags that are half empty. So I'm just so happy to be looking into this space and seeing these. Now continuing on with my next drawer in the pantry, I'm going to be placing some cornstarch and breadcrumbs into these OXO containers as well. Anything that I'll be using today that you'll be seeing, I will have a link for you in the description box of the video. If I didn't find something exactly the same, I did try to look for something very similar for you. So check out the description box if you are looking for any of the items that I used today. Finally, my in-kitchen small pantry is all organized and all ready to go. I'm debating whether I should release my kitchen organization tour or if I should do my pantry organization tour next week. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you prefer to see next week? The kitchen tour or the pantry tour? Next is one of my dreaded cabinets in the kitchen. I think we all have one of these in our kitchens where we just tend to throw things inside of it, and it has just gone overboard. It was time for me to take everything out, clean it all out, wipe everything down, and reorganize it. Now that everything is cleaned out and I washed everything down, I'm going to be taking a liner for my kitchen cabinet and placing it on the inside. I also did get this bamboo divider that fits perfectly into these kitchen cabinets. It's an easy way to make a separation or a division between items in your cabinets, and it works out really well. I'll have these linked down below as well, and I'm going to be putting things on the sides that I don't want to interfere with anything else. These are the containers I got from Home Goods. They're just nice bins where I can store multiple items, and this is the huge mess that I have to sort through and organize and place them back into their proper spaces. And here is the final product. It looks so much more nicer. I got this small bin as well in Home Goods where I'm placing in my spoons and my measuring cups, and I have a whole section for birthday candles that I had left over from previous birthdays, and I have my piping tips and my twine over there, as you can see. I also have my sushi mat right next to it, and I have two drawers that I stacked back to back with my cookie cutters on the bottom and other things right over the top, like spatulas or mixing bowls or whisks or ice cream scoopers. So I'm so much more happier with how this turned out. And if you're wondering where I placed my oven mitts that were there earlier, I did sort out the bottom cabinet right over there, the bottom drawer. All of my towels are there and my washcloths are there, and on the left side are my mats for dairy and for meat, because we do use separate mats, but they are allowed to be in the same drawer because obviously they're clean and everything is all good. I wanted to show you something really sweet. My kids made me an apron for Mother's Day that says Ima, which is mom, so I'm just so proud of them, and I do keep this here and they're so excited whenever I use it. I also wanted to show you how we got these pendant lights. We've been waiting for them for such a long time, and because of everything that's going on in the world, they were back ordered and we didn't get them for a while, but they're finally in and they're being installed, and we're so happy with them. So the majority of the house is all tidied, put together, and for the most part organized. And I feel like all of us mommies can totally relate to us putting ourselves last all the time. So my closet has still been not unpacked, still been in the garbage bags like you've seen when I was just moving. So this past Sunday, I just decided to tackle everything, get everything sorted and organized, and I'll show you just how I did it all. This was my closet shortly after we moved. Everything was in boxes. So if you haven't seen how I packed to move into my house, do check out that video. I'll have it linked down below as well. So I kept everything in these garbage bags. It was very convenient to move, but I just didn't have a chance to just fully unpack everything. So it was a bit of a mess in my room. So I'm going to be taking the time now, opening all of these rubber bands, taking all of the garbage bags off, and organizing all of my clothes. When tackling this closet, what I did first was unpack all of my tops and I placed them up here. So it's just a variety of tops. These are my house clothes. Let me know, guys, in the comments down below, do you have a special section of clothes designated for you to wear just in the house where you're not worried if you're gonna get an oil stain on it or if it's gonna get dirty? I totally have that. My mom taught me well, I guess. I just always put on these items when I need to clean or do anything that I might get messy in. So that's my designated area. And on the top here, I have a bag, like a few bags. I'm not really a bag person. I actually don't like using bags, so I just have a tendency not to carry one. Over here I also keep my tiara, what I got married with. I did not spend $350 on it, that's just the price on it. I'll show you. So this is the tiara box. It's just sentimental. I don't want to get rid of it or just to sell it even. I like it. I think it's pretty, and I thought maybe one of my girls would use it when they get married. So here it is. This is what I wore on my wedding. I'll include a picture here of my my wedding photo, but I don't want to give it away, so I keep my sentimental things here. But I'll show you how I organized my clothes so that it's functional, clean, and organized. In the first section here, I do have things that are shorter, as you can see, so that when you're coming in, you're not being obstructed by all these long things. So I have my tops over here, and then I do my skirts, my everyday skirts that I wear to work, and later on further down I put my long skirts over here because I want it to be in the skirt section, but I don't want it to be in the way of anything else. And then further back is where I keep my sweaters, my long sweaters. And all the way in the back, when it is summertime, I push all of my winter skirts to the back, so that's what's over here. And all the way to the back of the closet, I have my shoes. So I have my sneakers, my high-heeled shoes, and my daily shoes and slippers are at the top because that's what I use the most. Now, for this side of the closet, I have all of my dresses, and I kind of do the exact same thing. I place the most appropriate seasonal items at the very front, and as you go to the end of the closet, I place all of my winter items. So I have my thicker winter dresses, my coat that I hardly use, and all the way in the back are things that I have to get tailored to fit me that don't really fit me well. So I try to basically place things that are appropriate, that I use often, and I place it at the front. Organizing this entire closet made me realize how much stuff I actually have, but I only seem to wear 10% of it. Even with decluttering that I did, I still feel like I have so many things, but I just gravitate to like the same 10 items that I'm sure I'm not the only one. Let me know in the comments down below if you're the same way. But now that it's organized in separate sections, I get to actually see what I have so I can rotate them a bit more. So I hope you guys enjoyed a little tour of my closet. After I posted how my husband hung up our dining room curtains, a lot of you messaged me to show you a detailed video. So here it is.
Hey everyone! So today we're going to be hanging up some curtains. As you can see, we have over here a 6-panel curtain. It's a little bit challenging because of the fact that we have to make sure that everything is aligned and straight. So I have my tools over here that are going to be helping me with that.
And what do we need? What do we need, Shai?
Okay, so we need these double curtain rods, which we're going to be using for the corners.
The corners, right? And the other sections, we only need a single rod?
A single. You're going to see how it looks.
Okay.
I need to pick my drills, my screws, of course, my drill, a hammer, and a lever to make sure that everything is straight. So let's get started.
So Mr. Prep, what are we doing now?
So now we're drilling holes, and in order to do so, I need to be able to decide where the holes are going to be. So, and I want to make sure that things are aligned over here at the same side. So I'm going to have to measure. Oh, thank you, loves.
Don't mind the mess, guys. We're still clearly unpacking.
You felt your limitations and filled your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now and don't let your...
And that helps me know that I'm aligned.
I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said,
What are we doing now?
So in order to pick the right drill bit, you have to be able to measure it with the bit over here. You know, I don't really know what everything is called. These little bits. Anchors. Anchors! They're called anchors! And we put them in.
Let's see. So you put that into the
And we give them.
hammer.
So now they're in. So when the screw goes in, the anchors are going to open up, and you avoid having the curtains actually falling down.
Okay.
That's the one. Here, take these please.
Oh, look at my babies. Look what I found. My wedding picture.
if not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it.
Now being that I only have one drill, I gotta continue changing the bits
Why?
because that was a drill, and this is going to be a screw. I really should get myself another drill. If anybody wants to sponsor one,
How do you know which screws you need? Do they come with the whatever?
yeah. So most of the rods that I buy, they actually come with these bits and
With the screws? Uh-huh.
which are the exact same. They come with the anchors, and they also come with the
The
screws.
screws. Okay, that's helpful. So now you're putting the screws in.
And sometimes the drill just doesn't allow you to get in there, so I'm gonna have to tighten the rest of it with the regular screwdriver. So these are the hooks for the single rods. As you can tell, they're a little bit shorter, but that's okay because of the fact that we're not hanging two curtains on them. It's going to be a little bit shorter, and we're okay with that because being the fact that this is a little bit of a bow, we want everything to be pushed back so it's not sticking out. So I actually want something that's a little bit thinner and closer to the walls. So come along.
So in case you guys are wondering, this is the single rod one that we're using. Just gonna prepare everything and open things up.
Basically, even for the single rod, I still need the same type of anchors, and it's pretty much all the same size. But as long as they fit in a little bit, they're going to be able to be hammered in. And sometimes it doesn't fit completely, so you may need to take them back out and make a little bit of a bigger hole.
you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me here and watching. It really means so much to me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe here. I'll see you all next time.